Ever felt stuck, unmotivated, or just off track? Like you know what you should be doing, but you just can't seem to start? You're not alone. But here's the truth. Motivation isn't some magical spark you wait for. It's something you can build. Stick with me, because today we're diving into science-backed strategies to not just get motivated, but stay motivated. Let's begin. 1. Motivation is a feedback loop. Motivation isn't the start of the journey. It's the result of taking action. Think of it like a snowball. You don't start with motivation, you start with a single step. That step leads to progress, which makes you feel good, and that feeling fuels your next step. For example, if you're overwhelmed by a big project, don't think about finishing it. Start small. Organize your workspace or write the first sentence. Small wins build momentum, and that's how you keep moving forward. 2. Take control with an internal locus. Do you believe life happens to you or because of you? This mindset is called your locus of control. People with an internal locus know that their actions create their outcomes. For instance, if you fail a test, instead of blaming the teacher, ask yourself, what could I have done differently? Maybe you needed to study earlier or use better resources. When you take ownership of the results, you feel empowered, and that fuels your motivation to improve. 3. Goals are good, but processes win. Setting big goals is great, but focusing only on the outcome can leave you feeling overwhelmed. The secret? Focus on the process. Let's say you want to run a 5K. Instead of fixating on the finish line, focus on daily habits, like jogging a kilometer every day. Track your progress, celebrate small wins, and watch as momentum builds. Success isn't achieved in leaps, it's built step by step. 4. The power of I don't versus I can't. Words matter. Saying like, I can't makes it feel like external forces are controlling you, but saying I don't puts you in charge. It transforms your choices into part of your identity. For example, instead of saying, I can't skip my run, say, I don't skip my runs. This subtle shift gives you power over your habits and helps you stick to your goals. 5. Build intrinsic motivation. There are two types of motivation: extrinsic, which is driven by rewards like money or recognition, and intrinsic, which is driven by personal satisfaction. Intrinsic motivation is stronger and lasts longer. Find joy in the activity itself. For example, if you're learning to cook, focus on how good it feels to create something delicious, not just on the compliments you'll receive. 6. Use the SMART framework. The SMART method makes your goals achievable. Specific. Be clear about what you want. Instead of get fit, say, do 20 push-ups a day. Measurable. Track your progress. Maybe start with 10 push-ups and build up weekly. Acceptable. Ensure it aligns with your values. Realistic. Start small and grow. Don't overcommit. Time-bound. Set a deadline, like, improve my push-up count by the end of the month. This structure keeps you on track and motivated. 7. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Daniel Pink, in his book Drive, highlights 3 pillars of lasting motivation. Autonomy, have control over your work. Choose how and when you tackle tasks. Mastery, focus on improving something meaningful. Purpose, tie your efforts to a larger mission. For example, if you're learning a new language, autonomy lets you decide how you study. Mastery is seeing your skills improve, and purpose could be connecting with locals on your travels. 8. Find your Goldilocks zone. To stay motivated, work in the Goldilocks zone. Not too easy, not too hard. For example, if you're learning to run, don't aim for a marathon on day 1. Start with a 15-minute jog. It's challenging but achievable. This balance keeps you engaged and excited to improve. 9. Celebrate progress. Don't wait for the finish line to celebrate. Break your goals into milestones and reward yourself along the way. For example, if you're saving money, treat yourself to something small when you reach 25% of your goal. Recognizing progress keeps you motivated to keep going. Motivation isn't about waiting for a spark, it's about building the fire, one log at a time. By taking small steps, focusing on the process, and aligning your actions with your values, you can create a fire that keeps burning. Remember, success isn't about waiting for inspiration, it's about showing up, starting small, and building from there. So, what will you do today to start building your fire?